Welcome to my presentation, Social Healing through Transformative Resistance Pedagogy and its Connections to Feminism and Social Justice. Hope you enjoy. In this presentation, I will offer my own definitions of feminism and social justice and how I will apply these to my own dissertation topic. My understanding of these terms has definitely been influenced by feminists of color that include Cheri Moraga, Gloria Anzaldúa, Audre Lorde, Bell Hooks, and Lila Fernandez. Therefore, my understanding of feminism is the quest for sex and gender equality from an economic, cultural, and sociopolitical perspective, taking into consideration the intersectionality of different forms of oppression, including racism, classism, sexism, and other forms of isms, without losing sight of the power of spirituality. Similarly, my understanding of social justice is the human right to equity and equality in access to opportunities and resources, coupled with the right to the acknowledgement and celebration of differences, namely sexual orientation, spirituality, and belief system. All of this within a framework of nonviolence. For purposes of a better understanding of my topic, I will define social healing as an emerging field that seeks to deal with wounds created by conflict, collective trauma, and large-scale oppression that pretty much remains unresolved. Pedagogies of resistance basically refer to behaviors that students engage with to push back against oppression. They only become transformational when the students consciously engage in these behaviors for the purposes of social justice and change. I plan to use the Transformative Resistance Pedagogy framework to look at the school-to-prison pipeline, which refers to disciplinary policies and practices that push our Latina and Latino youth population out of the classrooms and into the juvenile injustice system. As we can see in this infographic, 68% of males in the state and federal prisons do not have a high school diploma. If we couple this with the fact that 1 in 6 of our Latino males will end up in jail in their lifetime, we can begin to see the urgency of the problem. Although the school-to-prison pipeline mainly affects our Chicano Latino population, there is also evidence that our Chicanas and Latinas are also being impacted. And whereas for boys, the main reason for being pushed into the pipeline is minor infractions, for girls is mainly physical and sexual childhood abuse. So just exactly how am I proposing to disrupt the school-to-prison pipeline for our Latinas and Latinos? First of all, by the use of critical pedagogies of resistance, which refer to education that is engaging and accessible, and that is targeted specifically for our Latina and Latino populations. The main characteristic of this education is that it is directly linked to greater social movements. Then we have the transformative resistance model on the right, and what we see here is 4 quadrants with 4 different behaviors. The conformist resistance, which is motivated by social justice but not by a critique of social oppression. We don't really care for this. The reactionary behavior is not motivated by social justice nor by a critique of social oppression, so definitely we want to stay away from this. Then we have the self-defeating resistance, which is motivated by a critique of social oppression, but not necessarily to seek social justice. And finally, and this is the behavior that we really want to see in our students, is a transformative resistance characterized by a critique of social oppression and motivated by social justice. This is definitely the behavior that shows the most critical consciousness and critical pedagogy coupled with the transformative resistance is what I am proposing to disrupt the pipeline. So, what are the connections of this project to feminism and social justice? First of all, that I used bell hooks models to build my own vicious cycle for this project. Second of all, that I also used everything that I learned in this class to construct my virtuous cycle for this project. But most of all, because anytime oppression occurs, it is a feminist and social justice issue. Finally, I'd like to leave you with this thought. Todas las feministas son pacifistas, porque el pacifismo es una posición activa y rebelde frente a la más patriarcal y conservadora de las actitudes sociales y políticas, la opresión. All feminists are pacifists, because pacifism is a proactive and rebellious position against the most patriarchal and conservative social and political attitude, oppression. Gracias.